Okay, there we go. Okay, hold on. Okay, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let me go here. Here. Okay, here we go. Let me see here. Okay, I think I'm getting a signal here. Hold on. Ah, my nose is running. Okay, let me see. I think we're live. 1 second, everyone. Let me go do a test on this side. This will be great for live. I think we're live. Hold on. Okay, 1 second while I get everything lined up. For those that are joining, welcome, welcome, welcome. Give me 1 minute here. Hold on. Let me just do 2 things real quick here. Can we do this? Hold on. Okay, let me send this. Okay, all right. I think we made it live. Woo! I'm losing my voice, ladies and gentlemen, but hold on 1 second. I need some water. That's good. Okay, let me head over to the private, to the elusive, to the exclusive Facebook group so I can go in there now. As you guys are all joining, welcome, welcome, welcome. All of you who are texting me, all of you who are joining live, welcome, welcome, welcome to this very, very special, I will say private, I will say elusive, laser focused coaching that we're going to do tonight. Something we haven't done, I don't think we've ever done that live on here. Just give me a second. Welcome, welcome for all. I'm going to open up the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group in just a second. Give me 10 seconds here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to open it up. Excuse me. Okay. Put this up for a second while I get this cough drop going. Okay, we're going to click here to watch. Okay, hold on. There we go. We are live. We'll pin that here. Let me open up the group. Give me 1 second. Open up the group. Edit. Group. Here we go here. Just me, ladies and gentlemen. Myself and you right now. I'm waiting for some folks to log on, but in just a second, we're going to have a really cool conversation this evening. I'm I'm opening up the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group, and as many of you are joining for the very first time, hold on. Let me get this here. Oopsie. Okay, let me go here. We're going to have a fantastic evening. I'm waiting for a few of my co-hosts to sign on, but just give me 1 second. For those that are here, please go into the private, into the elusive, exclusive Facebook group, and kind of introduce yourself. Let us know that you're here, that you're ready to rock and roll. I'm coming up right now with the link. 1 second. Hopefully I put the right link in there. Give me a second. And we are live. There we go. I'm posting you there. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me do a few of these. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm so excited about today. I couldn't wait till tonight's call, especially since it's the middle of the month. Okay, now we're cooking with gasoline, ladies and gentlemen. We are cooking with gasoline right now. Okay, for those that are watching that are joining us, thank you so much for your patience. Boy, do I really appreciate it. My co-host Trevor Otts to be joining on just a second. I couldn't think of a better time, a better place for us all to get together than today, March the 15th, halfway through the month, coming down the close of the first quarter and getting ready to really have an amazing second quarter. And for us to do that, some things we've got to continue to do and some things we've got to make some changes on. So tonight's going to be a little different than some of the ones that we've done in the past. I'm on the controls. I'm on the mic. It's myself on the mic. Give me a second here. There we go. Let me close this out. Okay, close that out. Let me close this out. 1 second. I've got a couple of too many windows open here, and I definitely don't want to slow anything down. So give me 1 second. Get on the mic. Now, for those that are out there that are watching, that are joining, thank you so much for joining. Here's what I'd like for you to do. Head on over to the private, to the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group. And tonight, I want you to head over there for a couple of reasons. Number one, I want you to let me know that you're here. So I appreciate you being here tonight. So let me know you're here. How do you do that? Well, get over to virtualnetworkinglive.com. Again, virtualnetworkinglive.com. Type in your first name, type in your last name, tell us where you're from, and a little later on, I'm going to learn a little bit about what you do and some of the challenges, some of the successes you're having. Some of you I'm going to have opportunities to call out to and reach out to this evening and have a direct conversation with you, myself, and everyone out here as we all prepare to do what we want to do, which is make 2015 our best year ever. Now, you might know I'm a little congested. You might notice here, so I'm battling a little allergy, but that's okay. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm fired up. And in a moment, we're going to be ready to rock and roll. And I just need to double check if someone can head over to the private, to the elusive, to the exclusive Facebook group, and at least let me know you can hear me. I'd appreciate that. At least let me know you can hear me, because I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. So just let me know that you can hear me. Say, hey, Shay, we can hear you. Because I don't know if you can hear me or not, to be honest with you. I really don't know. But I want to make sure that you can hear me. So we're going to do this in a second. I'm going to do this in just a second. Give me a second here. Document. Okay, get this thing here a second. My computer is spinning. I have a Mac. I don't know how that's possible. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Downloads. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. Drag this over like that. Put that out there. Okay. So head on over to the private, to the elusive, to the exclusive Facebook group. Why would you want to go over there? Well, tonight we can just connect, and that's really important. And I also have a goal tonight, and that's to help as many of you as want to be helped, that need to be helped, to really finish March 2015 strong and get a running start into the second quarter. And think about it. Tonight could very well be your night. This morning could be your morning. This afternoon could be your afternoon. Depending on where you are in the country, could make a difference on how this is your day. So I'm asking if you're head on over to the private group over at Virtual Networking Live. At least let me know if you can hear me. Linda Robinson said, mic check, mic check. We can hear you, Shay. Thanks a lot, Linda, all the way from New Jersey with the Harvest Agency. Looking forward to connecting. It was great meeting you and your husband, Michael Brown. We're now accepting you into the private, into the elusive, into the exclusive Facebook group. Tonight is where all the action is happening. And it's where I'm going to do some really laser focused questions. I'm going to answer some questions from many of you. I do want to say hello to Pamela Stone. Thanks a lot for joining. Dr. Letitia Wright, thanks for joining. Tanya Kersey, thank you for joining tonight. It's going to be amazing. It's just myself right now, but maybe that's all you need, by the way. All you need. Kanisha Bryant, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Edward Womack. He says, we can hear you loud and clear. Thanks, Edward. I really appreciate it. Great guy, by the way. Edward's just doing some amazing things out there today. And hello to all of you. Now, some of you are watching who are peeking in, who just got the email. You're on the VIP list, so maybe you received the email and you didn't have to register. So you're just dialing in. You're like, hey, what's going on this evening? What's happening? What are we going to learn, Shay? Well, tonight is really your night. Tonight is really all about you. I've got some great content. I've got some ideas that's going to put money in your pocket. I'm going to share some things that's going to make a difference in your business. Tonight, I know that you'll at least get one idea. And how many ideas do you really need to change your life? One good idea implemented is better than 1,000 ideas you know right now. Tonight, I'm going to share some ideas, and I can't wait. Forrest Lamp, great to connect with you again. Thank you so much for joining. He said, let's lock and load. New Orleans in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The group is also a nice place for you to connect with other business owners, entrepreneurs, speakers, authors, coaches, folks interested in personal development. And that's the reason why you, as you're listening right now, that's right, you, the entrepreneur, you should head on over to Virtual Networking Live. Now, you can open up a separate browser, and you can just type in virtualnetworkinglive.com. Now, once you type in virtualnetworkinglive.com, it'll bring you over to the private, to the elusive, to the exclusive Facebook group. And you should connect. You should meet other folks that are all over the world. I want to say hello to Connie De Larara. I'm not sure if I got that correctly, but she's in the group. Jamie, the Minister of Hospitality, thank you so much for welcoming her. I appreciate it. Michael Brown, who's doing a cardiology fellow over the University of Tennessee, I believe. We had a chance to chat. I was talking about Shay Brown, the sales cardiologist, and he's actually finishing up his residency. So Michael Brown, no relationship to Shay Brown, but certainly a pleasure to connect with you. Thank you so much for joining this evening. You're really in for a treat. This is going to be a really a good use of your time. I'm doing a few administrative stuff on the controls, as you can see. LaShonda Bracy, hey, LaShonda. You know, LaShonda, I might give you a call. I know you're here. You have my number. Maybe I'll give you a call. Maybe you can pop on this evening and share some ideas around contracts. LaShonda does a great job, everyone out there, for those folks who go after government contracts, for those folks that have an interest in knowing the process for becoming certified. She helps businesses not only get certified, but get the contract, also get the contract. So LaShonda, you have my number. If you're available and you want to jump on and hang out tonight, just send me a text message or shoot me a Facebook message, and certainly we'll bring you on, and you can hang on out with us tonight. Tanya Kersey, great for connecting this evening. Looking forward to connecting with you as well. Okay. Jennifer Tully, welcome, Jennifer Tully, all the way from Illinois. Thanks a lot for joining. I think she's in Illinois. I'm pretty sure she's in Illinois. Champaign, I believe it is. Champaign, Illinois. So a special shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate you and your time, by the way, and all of your time, and all of you who are listening tonight. I mean, tonight's going to be a money night. Tonight is a money call. Why? Because I'm here with you. Okay, let me just see a few of you that are heading on over. Here are the instructions tonight, and I want to reach out to you. Please head on over to virtualnetworkinglive.com. Again, virtualnetworkinglive.com. And if this cough drop sounds like it's a little disturbing, someone let me know. I'm currently I'm a runner, and I have my sinuses are acting up right the way. I don't know if I could do this. Dr. Wright, let me know if I can't do this. I don't like I'm promoting something, but so I'm taking some cough drops right now while I get my throat together, if you will. But anyway, okay, let me let me give you the instructions. I want to say hello to some folks, to the entrepreneurs that are out there, to the business owners that are out there, to the speakers, to the coaches, to the consultants, to all of you that get up every single day out there and make a difference in this world by solving problems. I want to say that I appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you could join this evening. I've got some amazing content. And tonight I'm going to answer questions. I mean, the promise of tonight's Hangout, this is the promise. If you got a challenge, if you got a question, if you got a success, if you got something you're doing that's really making a difference, or you want to know how to pull together powerful sales scripts, or you want to know how to handle objections, or you want to know how to automate your business. If you've got questions or challenges, I'm going to do the best I can to share my questions or share the answers with you. And to all of you out there who are in the 10-minute sales podcast, if you haven't joined 10-minute sales, 10 minutes to double your sales podcast, you want to definitely join that. I connect with all of you and I get questions, I get inbox messages. I can't possibly answer that in 10 minutes. So I was like, hey, Trevor, it's March 15th. We're halfway through the month of March. Let's go and connect with some folks and let's answer some questions. Let's do some laser coaching. And we're like, well, we haven't done that, Shay, I think in almost 2 years. Who cares? Let's do it now. So tonight is your night. Okay. Let me give you the instructions while I go out and acknowledge a few folks. I want to acknowledge Jeanette Gore. Welcome to the group for the very first time. Thanks a lot for joining. Shawan Watson, thanks a lot for joining to the group. We certainly appreciate that. Tim Fellows, thanks a lot for joining. Thank all of you who are joining the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group. The Keisha Chambers, thanks a lot. She's out there. Cheryl Jess Williams, who I had an opportunity to hang out with and just up in Chicago, Illinois, doing some amazing things with kids. Thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate it. Franz Condi, thank you for joining this evening. Let folks know what you do, Franz, by the way. Barrett Matthews, hey, Barrett with E2E. Thank you so much for joining this evening. Thank all of you who are just hanging out this evening, waiting for some great content. And that's my promise to you tonight. So give me 1 second, and then we're going to get queued up in just about a minute here, just about a minute. Now, if you're listening for the very first time and you've never been a part of the group, you're like, wow, Shay, I've never been a part of this. Cheryl Just Williams wants me to make sure I read it. Hi, Shay Brown. C. Lynn Williams. C. Lynn Williams got the name right. Oh, no, excuse me. Oh, gosh. Cough drop went down my throat. Jeez, I can't make this stuff up. C. Lynn Williams, author and parent coach from Chicago, Illinois. Thanks so much for joining this evening. I got it right. I did get the name right, and I'm excited to have you. Okay. What I'm going to do now is give you instructions one more time, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. My good colleague, Trevor Otts, may be joining on. He's in the car, but I'm looking forward to him coming aboard. I know he's out there watching, listening. So shout out to the Trevor Otts, the virtual CEO, the person that automates businesses, creates fantastic brands, and help people really market any business. And he just does a fantastic job. So I'll give him a shout out, give him a plug. Now for you who are watching for the first time, or even if you've never done this before, let's connect. Let's make tonight all about me connecting with you and you connecting with me. And I can do it through the power of these fiber optic lines. Like right now while you're watching. So here's what I'd like you to do. Head on over to open up a browser. So just open up a browser. Just do that right now. Like just do that right now. Open up a browser. Now, once you open up a browser, I want you to type in virtualnetworkinglive.com. Again, virtualnetworkinglive.com. Again, virtualnetworkinglive.com. Then once you do that, you'll come on over to the private, to the elusive, to the exclusive Facebook group. Now, if you're already a member, here's what I'd like for you to do, at least tonight. I'm going to ask you for some questions later, but tonight, I want you just to type in your first name so you can at least say hello to some folks. This is a very friendly community, wonderful folks. They all have interest in personal development, professional growth, and many, probably 95% of them, are entrepreneur or a small business owner or a speaker or an author or coach. So some type of revenue some type of their personal revenue is tied to commission sales. It really is. So you're in good company. So here's what I'd like for you to do. Head on over there now to virtualnetworkinglive.com. Enter in your first name, so I know who you are. Enter your last name so you can connect with other people. Tell us where you're from. It's good to see people connect from all over the world. And more importantly, tell us what you do. Tell us where you're from, and then tell us what you do, and we're going to connect with you. And then we are going to get started. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait. I couldn't wait till today, by the way. I really couldn't wait till this evening. Doctor, want to say a special shout out to Doctor. Thank you so much for joining. She says, good evening, Shay Brown. She's in Atlanta. Oh, no, Alabama. I think it's Alabama. Doctor, tell them where you're from. I believe it's Alabama, but then she also travels back and forth to Florida. So she has two homes and bounces back and forth. We actually had a conversation earlier today. She had a question. And Doctor, I'm not going to mention your question, but maybe I'll frame the context so it can help someone else. We had a great conversation earlier. It's one of our sessions. So thanks a lot for joining, Doctor. Glad you're here. Focus and empower. Now, they don't know what you do, Doctor, so you got to tell them what you do. Joanne Youngblood King, welcome aboard, Joanne. She's from Queens, New York. Success coach. Oh, man, thanks a lot for joining. I think it's the first time that we've connected. So excited to have you aboard. She shared her page. Looking forward to getting your questions. I'm going to share some content. Yes, I'm going to do that. But in the interim, I'm going to welcome and honor a few other entrepreneurs, and then I promise it's just me. We're going to get started. But I do want to acknowledge you. Her page is LYP Success Coaching. We'll hit over there in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and like your page. Yeah, I liked your page, Joanne Youngblood King. Dennis Osser Winkler. Hope I got that right. Dennis Osser Winkler says, greetings, Shay. It's been a while, but I'm here. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Tonight could be your night. I could share an idea tonight. I could share a strategy. I could answer a question for someone else, and it could make a difference for you. It could put money in your pocket tomorrow, but more importantly, it could put money in your pocket the rest of your life. I had a coaching session with someone just on Friday, and they were really struggling. It was a manager, and they had their rep there, and they're selling a product. The product could be a $10,000 product or a $1,000 product, and they were really struggling. And I shared some sales scripting ideas with them. One of the ideas I shared, which maybe I'll share a little later, is nothing sells like success. Facts tell, stories sell. It's not a new idea. It really isn't. But it's a fundamental principle that always works. Kind of like diet and exercise, right? You eat the right foods and you exercise, you may live a healthier life. And so I listened to their sales script. And as you know, as the sales cardiologist, that's yours truly, Shay Brown, by the way, the sales cardiologist, I specialize in this neuro-linguistic language patterns. So I listened to their script. They had them send me something, and I reviewed it. I shared a couple of nuggets, excuse me, that I'm going to share on here, I believe. The next day, which was that evening, we got a call. Both Trevor and I, they got us both on the phone, and they were really excited. They closed a $5,000 deal. And this is a rep who was a little nervous. This phone sales thing wasn't him. Although he had done real estate and he'd done financial planning before, $5,000, a lot of cash. Shared some additional ideas. Got a call Saturday, which was just yesterday, and he shared with me that he closed a $10,000 deal and several $1,000 deals. I don't share that to brag because it's really not about me. It's not about me. It's all about the person. But sometimes we're just a catalyst. We're someone to help folks get to where they want to get to. So tonight I'm looking at changing someone's business or helping give my perspective on it and share some golden nuggets. So thanks a lot for joining. Thank all of you for joining. Okay. And maybe I'll mention that person's name a little later on because it's so exciting. Jamie Gill, you're in for the very first time. Kristen Anderson, welcome. You're into the group for the very, very first time. It's a pleasure having you. Tanya Kersey says, hi, everyone. I've been in the group for a while, but this is my first time really participating. See, Tanya, thank you for participating. Not because of me, but because of all the folks that are viewing. And if you've never participated, it's okay. You can sit on the sideline. You can enjoy great content. You're not forced to do it. But for those that do, I appreciate you. Let me go read hers, and then I got to get going. What time is it? Oh, I've got to get going. Okay, just want to introduce myself. My name is Tanya Kersey, a.k.a. the Filmmaker Success Mentor and the founder, executive director of Hollywood Black Film, one of the world's largest black film festivals, now in its 14th year. As a coach, consultant, speaker, author, I empower filmmakers with the information, tools, and resources they need to get their films financed. Hello to everyone, and hello to you, by the way. Pamela Stone from Columbus, Ohio, says I'm a business coach. Hi, Shay. I'm excited about this session. I'm excited as well. Okay, we're gonna get started, but I am excited. Yvonne Robinson, hello to you. Blake Andrews, all the way from Surprise, Arizona. Blake Andrews, we're traveling up to Scottsdale, Arizona. Trevor and I will be leaving out of here, I think, Friday. So we look to be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Looking for an amazing time in Arizona. So I can't wait to get there. Howard White, hey, Howard. Helping others win and realize dollars. We help our clients grow, become more so they can do more, have more. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, Mark, all the way from Los Angeles says Shazam. I like that. Go, Shay, go. Hey, it's not about me, Mark. Tonight it's about the folks that are out there. And Mark, if you're out there, I mean, text me. Maybe you can jump on and share some ideas and strategies around CRMs and what folks can do. I mean, that's a hint to you, by the way. You have my cell phone number, so if you're near, you can get onto your computer. You can jump onto the Hangout. Tonight is your night. We'll bring you on. Just let you know. Yvonne Robinson says, hi, everyone. I'm Yvonne from Queens, New York, CEO of Reading for Smiles. We provide tutorial services for children K through 6, reading, writing, vocabulary. Oh, my goodness.
All right. My check.
Is that, hold on, let me go over there. Was that the Trevor Otts I heard jumping on?
My check.
Ah, we see you loud and clear, looking dapper as always. He's dapper Trevor Otts. He's so cool. Got his jacket, got his handkerchief there. He's ready to go. What's going on, man?
Just sitting here, relaxing. I'll be adding a new addition to the empire here shortly.
What? Oh, did you say a new addition?
A new addition to the empire. So I'm sitting here waiting patiently, Shay, for my granddaughter to arrive, and she'll be here shortly. And there'll be a new addition to the empire.
Oh, well, everyone out there right now that are watching, Trevor just announced that he has a granddaughter who's getting ready to be born sometime, maybe while this Hangout is going on, or afterwards. You know how that goes. So everyone out there right now, let's all do in the private, in the elusive, exclusive Facebook group. You can get there by going to Virtual Networking Live. Just put congrats at Trevor Otts. Congrats at Trevor Otts, new edition. How's that, Trevor? I like that. So go congrats at Trevor Otts, new edition. They'll figure it out, and then after that put hashtag peak performers. Hashtag, that's the hashtag tonight. Hashtag peak performers. Congratulations, man. How you feeling? Got a big smile on your face.
Hey, man, I'm feeling good, man. Everything's gonna be great. We got names already picked out. We're ready to go.
Is the name Trevor-ish? Is it Trevor-ish?
I tried to get her to name her Trevor, but she just didn't do it. So it's just going to be Bailey. But Bailey's a good name.
I like Bailey. Bailey's a good name. So the name's already picked out. This is so exciting. Can you guys all imagine that? Oh, this is great. Congratulations to you. We are so excited for you, Trevor. And thanks a lot for joining, man. So are you at the hospital now, or are you at home? Where are you?
Well, I snuck into one of the little rooms over here, and I brought my laptop, and he's like, hey, can I use a room to do a hangout? And got my trusty iPhone internet connection here from AT&T. That's LTE. Big shout out to them. And holding it down.
Wow. Now, are you using your phone or your computer?
I'm using my phone's internet with my computer.
Wow, it's clear. I mean, you've got a really clear shot, man. Well, if you can, I got to step away for just a second, but can you tell the folks kind of what's going to happen tonight? I haven't said it's a great day yet. We've been just welcoming folks, and I'll be right back.
Well, here's the thing that we want to get into today, folks. By the way, it's a great day. I feel like it needed to be said. Listen, today we just want to impart some information for those business owners, speakers, coaches, professionals, and authors who are looking to grow their revenue, increase results, and be more effective in what they're doing every day. And today is really, we don't come with a presentation for you today. Today, we're here to take on any questions that you may have about growing your business, growing revenue, being better at marketing or branding or automation, social media. If you just want to know some things, some techniques and tools that we've used to create results. Tonight is the night where it's all about you. And we want to answer your question. So here's what I want to do. First of all, what I want you to do is post your first name, your last name, where you're from, and a little bit of information about what you do. The next thing I want you to post is post any question that you may have. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take as many questions as possible before the night ends, and we're going to get into some serious laser coaching. Now, for some of you, we may actually even pick up the phone and call you to allow you to ask your question live. It is something that we will do for some of you. But if you have a question right now, go ahead and post it right now into the group. And we're going to take your questions real time. We're going to take them real time. And any question, if you have a question related to automation, if you have a question about sales, what to say, how to say it, how to position it, if you have a marketing question, if you have a branding question, any question, you have a question about some of the tools you can use, how you can grow your speaking platform. Today we're here. We work with so many experts around the country. We work with speakers and coaches and authors. We work with inventors, and we work with pastors, and you name it. We've really gotten a chance to serve many different industries with our particular gifts and skill sets. And today we want to offer those skill sets to you free of charge. No fee, nobody paid to be here. And we just want to make sure that you are that we're giving value for the value that you provided to us. What value have you given us? What you hear? And that in and of itself is value. And we just wanted to do this event tonight as a way to say thank you. We're rounding up the first quarter. And in the first quarter, let me just ask everybody a question. And I'm going to ask everybody a question. I want you to answer yes or no. I want to ask everybody a question. I want you to answer yes or no. Have I hit my first quarter results? Yes or no. Here's the question. Have you hit your first quarter results? Yes or no. Now, if you hit your first quarter results, everything is smooth, yeah, you should be asking no questions. But if you didn't hit your first quarter results, then there's no way you shouldn't have a question. And the first quarter is almost done, and we're getting ready to go into the second quarter. So really, we got to figure out how to close out the first quarter strong and how to enter into the second quarter with momentum and being on fire. So we're taking those questions live right now. So first question I have for you is, have you hit your first quarter results? Have you hit your first quarter results? And just answer, yes, I have. No, I haven't. I'm going over here to the private, the elusive, the exclusive Facebook group. And I'm going to look for who's out there. So just a second. Internet is not as fast here.
And as you're doing that, Trevor, you're going out there. A number of folks are saying congratulations, by the way, to you. Just want to let you know that you'll see that out there in the group. The folks that know that Blake Andrews and Forrest Lamp and Edward Womack and Linda Robinson and Yvonne Robinson and Byron Riley and Dr. Michael Brown and Franz Condi and so many of them out there that say congratulations on the new edition, Peak Performers. It's cool.
She's going to be a peak performer, Shay. I believe that. I'm going to order her a onesie, and it's going to say hashtag peak performer, Shay. How about that? We'll order her a onesie. I'll bill it to the company.
First of all, what is a onesie? I guess it's been a long time for me. What is a onesie?
Somebody help Shay out and tell him what a onesie is. But we'll order her a onesie. We'll order Bailey a onesie. We'll put on there hashtag peak performer. We'll put a little logo there, and you'll use it as a write-off. But thanks, Franz Condi. Thanks, Linda Robinson. Thanks, Michael Brown. Thanks, Cheryl Gist Williams. Thank you so much. Thanks, Byron Riley. Thanks, Jan Robinson, Linda Robinson, Edward Womack, Forrest Lamb. Thank you guys. Another addition to the Peak Performance family, and another heir to the throne.
Another heir to the throne, man. Well, congratulations to you. We're looking forward to the announcement. We're looking forward to the photos, and looking forward to you might be having a long night, man. I mean, we might not be with you for another, I don't know how long it's going to take to deliver the baby, but we might not be with you another 15, 20 hours.
Don't worry. Look for the announcement. An entrepreneur's light is never out.
Our lights will be out, and I'm joking. Trevor mentioned a really good point why folks are posting out there, which is have you hit your revenue goal? And Trevor, in our travels as we speak to entrepreneurs, and I have the pleasure, I don't know, probably at this point maybe speaking over to 50,000 over the last 11 years, sales professionals and folks that are out selling. And if I had to boil it down, Trevor, to the number one reason that most folks do not hit their revenue target, and I'm going to share that. But before I share that, why why don't you in the private and the elusive exclusive Facebook group, as you putting your answer down, put down what is one of the challenges that folks have of hitting their revenue goal. Just right now, just go one of the challenges is lack of leads. Maybe
Well,
one of the challenges is
well,
whatever it may be.
here's the
Why don't
thing,
you
Shay.
post that out there?
Here's what I think, Shay. I think that you know, part of being successful as an entrepreneur is not necessarily having all the right answers, but it's knowing the right question to ask, having the courage to ask it. And what we have to be careful of is we have to be careful of getting caught up with our own success. And we have to be careful of not being afraid to ask for help when needed. For some of us, we may need better PR in our business, better public relations. For others of us, we may be struggling with maximizing the use of our CRM, that's our customer relationship management system. For some of you, your brand ain't strong enough. And for others of us, maybe we need marketing help, sales scripting help. And the worst thing that you could do is to not ask your question. If you're not producing the results you want, then you're not asking the right questions. And that's just the bottom line. And tonight is just one of those nights where my promise to you is to be highly transparent and authentic. One of the things I can tell you is that part of the formula of success is interaction. And you got to interact with your success. You got to interact with the people who help you be successful. And so today we're just gonna field a couple of questions. Now, if this is one of those ones where you just want to kind of listen in and wait for somebody else to be the first one, and hopefully they ask you a question, this is not that type of night. And really, you're not going to get much from this. This is a night where you ask a question that's important for you, that gives you an answer that helps you produce at a higher level, that creates more revenue, more productivity, greater results. And so, if you got a question, great. If you don't have a question, I understand. But what I will tell you is I won't be here tonight long. So if you have a question, get it out. Let's get it answered. Let's deal with it. There's no dumb question. There's no problem too big. If you got a question, we're going to take care of it tonight. We're going to solve your problems, give you real-time solutions, and help you become more successful. Tonight is a night where we want to help you meet your revenue goals.
Absolutely, and a shout out to Dominique Hart, who's on here now listening. Also Vanessa McLean from the UK. I think the UK right now is 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. It's like 2 a.m. in the morning, and she's here on the call. And all of you that are out there, Trevor, I will say this, that one of the challenges that I see as folks are getting ready to type out there, there are two questions that come to mind. One is from Bert. Bert's from Freeport, and he's asked a question in a different group, which is Freeport, New York, which is from our 10-Minute Sales podcast. But he said he's never hit his revenue target, and he's frustrated, and he want to know how to plan his sales month. I may come back to that. That was one challenge.
Let's start with Shauna. Let's come to him, but let's start with Shauna Turner. I really want to help people who have courage. One of the things I've learned in business is that people who don't have courage will not be successful. And Shauna Turner has said, look, I need some help with marketing and branding. And let's see if we can reach out to her. And I'm going to call her. I mean, just call her direct, and we're going to ask her specifically what she needs, and let's help on this. Let's help those who want to be helped, Shay. I really want to focus on that group, and I also want to deal with the other gentleman who had the heart to ask the question.
Sure. So, Shauna, you have to text me. I don't have your number. You can text me your number at 202-270-1662. Text me your number at 202-270-1662. That's my cell. Put your name in there so I know who you are, so therefore I can reach out to you and give you a call. But I do want to mention, Trevor, as she's doing that one of the challenges that I've seen, and doing this 11 years now, almost 11 years in May, all the time, full time, that's very important, and dealing with just entrepreneurs, living and breathing and sleeping sales, is just not enough activity. So the first question I would ask yourself when you have a challenge meeting your revenue goal, forget how you planned it, forget how you set it, forget if it was a minimum goal, which is what you have to hit just to really pay your bills. So that might be a minimum goal. And then there's a must goal. That's what Tony Robbins talks about. And the must goal is, you know what? My minimum is, I don't know, 5,000. I get $5,000. I can pay my bills, pay my taxes, take care of my family. And maybe that's your minimum. Now, if you're struggling to get the minimum, that's one challenge. I'm going to suggest that might just be activity, lack of activity. Then there's a must goal. And Trevor talked about hitting your revenue goal. So I want to frame the conversation a little bit. The must goal is, you know what? 5 is what I need. 10 is where I want to be at. That's what I want to get to. That's going to help me really grow really fast.
Shay, by the way, we get some people that saying they cannot hear, specifically Michael Brown. Yeah, but I can hear perfectly. I think he's having a problem, but I'll deal with it.
Okay, yeah, Mike. And then there's what's called the stretch goal. So maybe my minimum is 5,000, my must is 10, and my stretch goal is 20. So you're always thinking about how can I get to $20,000 with some type of bread and butter product, at least get you to 5. And that's something to think about, as Trevor talked about tonight, which is, you know, have you hit your revenue goal? Which goal are you looking to hit? And that'll be important. I'm going to check and see if Shawana's reached out to me yet. While she's doing that, let me pull this thing over here. Okay, I think we have a number here, Trevor. Give me a second.
Yep, and let's answer her question in real time. Now, listen, if you're doing fine, you don't need more results, you don't need to be more effective, no worries. But what I want to do, Shay, is I want to answer the questions.
I think it's ringing.
Yeah, just that special ringtone there.
Shauna, that means I'm calling you, but she might not be able to know that yet. Let me text her. Well, it's a great day, Shauna. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. It's just you and I and several thousand folks who are eavesdropping on our conversation right now.
Okay. I finally got the courage to ask my question.
Yes. Well, congratulations for answering your question. I mean, you're already a winner. Just by asking your question shows that you're a champion. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So if you can, the question that Trevor was asking, you said, I need help with marketing and branding. First, can you tell us a little bit about what you do? So please, for those folks that are listening.
Okay, I am a compliance auditor, specializing in government contracting. And what I do is assist companies to stay compliant so they can keep their contract, so that they can stay off of that do not do business with that a lot of small, especially small companies, end up on because they're just not doing the right things with their contracts or their grants.
Okay. And you mentioned you need help with marketing and branding. Let's start with marketing first. Can you tell us a little more about what you mean by you need help with marketing?
I come to realize that I'm unknown, and that's because I've been having kind of difficulty figuring out the best way to get in front of my target market or in front of my audience. You know, I have the Facebook page, I'm on LinkedIn, but it's like, what else do I need?
Okay. And right now, what is your number one marketing strategy? Because it sounds like marketing is a big word. Like, it's a big word with a bunch of stuff in it, right? So it sounds like you're trying to get your name in front of new people who don't know who you are. So I kind of look at that like generating more leads to your business. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can, for the audience that's listening, and they're all listening, so they might all have some suggestions as well. But what is your number one lead generation strategy? So of all the marketing strategies that you have right now, if you had to pick the one that's working the best, which one would that be?
I would say nothing that I've done is working. What I have going on now is I've been referred to speak or teach classes at the Small Business Administration and the Rockville Women's Business Center to like teach classes.
Shay, ask her to mute her computer real quick, Shay.
But nothing I've done has actually worked, and I think it's just because I'm not exactly sure what to do.
All right, so you may have to mute your computer. I think they're getting some feedback on the other side.
Oh.
Because they can hear you talking to you.
Oh.
Okay. How long have you been in business?
just started my business last year.
Shay, what is her business, Shay?
She mentioned her business is working with business owners, helping them be compliant with the government contracts.
Yes.
Okay, so what is the product?
What is the product? What is the product, Trevor's asking, that you want to offer the business owners?
I have a compliance review. I come in, it's like a training and review, where I will come into your company, I will look at your policies and procedures, I will look at your practices, and then I will review those to ensure that you're in compliance with cash, you're in compliance with FAR. I would actually do a contracts review just to make sure the way you're recording and booking your costs are in compliance or within the terms of your contract agreement. A lot of people don't realize there's certain costs that can't be booked within a certain assumption or have to be recorded a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the real work starts after you get the contract, and that's what I'm trying to help them maintain.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So Shay, why don't we go ahead and do this? And I'll let you piggyback.
All right. So what I'm gonna do, so you can hear, is I'm gonna go ahead and hang up. Trevor's gonna share some ideas, and then I'll share some ideas as well. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you go ahead. You can go and turn your phone back up. Thank you so much for asking the question. You're not alone, by the way. There's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who, I'm not gonna say struggle, but need to generate more leads and need to better market their business, or they need to automate the process. So you're not alone, by the way. So welcome to the community of small business owners. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for calling in. We really appreciate you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, so when we're talking about needing help with your marketing or your branding, and Shay, I'm still getting bad feedback. Okay.
I hear you perfectly clear.
Okay. Now, we were getting very bad feedback throughout that entire call. So in either case, here's what I would do first. You're going to have to make a list of what type of businesses are required to be in compliance. And at the end of the day, what I would do as far as my marketing campaign was concerned is I would use, I would market based upon what happens to a business that's out of compliance. Like, did you know? I would do a did you know campaign. So I want you to write this down. I would do a did you know campaign. Did you know that not doing blank can cause your business to be fined $10,000? I can help. www.blank. Did you know that if you are claiming this on your books, your business can be shut down? I can help. www.blank. So I would run a did you know style marketing campaign. And what I would do is also I would produce a white paper called 7 Ways to Bring My Business into Compliance. Now, keep in mind, not everybody cares about compliance. If I was to go and say, hey, if you were to go to a network marketer and say, hey, is your network marketing business in compliance? They would look at you like you had, like you were from space. So what I didn't hear is I didn't hear specificity in what businesses need to get into compliance and which businesses that matters for. So in other words, if I'm stay at home and I'm barely making any money in my business, I may not care as much. But if I'm running maybe a multi-million-dollar operation, where being out of compliance can be really costly and potentially put me out of business, I may care more. And so you need to really make a list of businesses who need to be in compliance, and then I would start giving value. So one of the things I didn't hear you say that you had a value add campaign. And a value campaign is really where you are giving value, and the value you give allows people to understand or accept that you are an expert and that you can help them. And so at the end of the day, I would start with maybe a series of compliance emails where I might send out something every week and say, hey, part of my Did You Know campaign And with that, every week I would cause that business owner of those prospective clients to get used to the expertise I share with them on how to be compliant. And I would probably have a 52-week email campaign that you can use through that you can do through any basic CRM. So I would develop 52 emails. Most times when I say do things like this, people, they'll say, "Hey, this is a great idea," but they get hung up with the execution. So one of the things I would do is hire somebody to write those emails for me. One such place that you can go to, let me just make sure they're still in business. I'm going to look them up right now for you. Give me just a second. Okay, so you can go to iWriter.com. You can go to iWriter.com. You can hire somebody to write an email or write an article for you on compliance. You can get down to as little as $1.25 an article, and that way you're not put in a position where you're not executing. So I don't want you to be in a situation where you agree to do something, you understand that it needs to get done, but it doesn't get done. So go to iWriter.com. Tell them that what you're looking for is 52 articles on helping businesses get into compliance. And then I want you to syndicate those articles. I want you to use those articles inside of your 52-week email campaign. But also, I want you to use it as part of your blog. The same thing that you put in your email can also be something that you put into your blog. And then later on, I want you to read those audios live and use that to create your podcast. So create a compliance podcast. And so this will cause people to see you as an expert and seek you out to help them in an area where they are struggling. So remember, it just starts with some 52-week content plan as part of your marketing. And that content you use in the email, you use on a blog, and you use as part of your podcast. So that it gets written, go on over to iWriter.com. I don't have any affiliation with them, but I've used them before. So go on to iWriter.com, and I hope that helps you. I turn it over to you, Shay.
Sure. Let me, if I can, Trevor gave you some really good ideas, and I, again, want to just acknowledge you for having the courage to ask your question. I know it takes a lot to do that, especially in a public setting where folks are listening and watching, and you're always wondering who's going to judge you, who's not going to judge you. So just want to, again, acknowledge you for doing that. You're already a winner. I look at it through a sales lens. That's just how I see the world. And in this case, one of the challenges you really have is a lead generation problem. I mean, you mentioned you target government folks who have government contracts. So you already know who the customer is. You already know who's assigned the contract. So let me give you 3 mindsets if I can. Then I'm going to give you just one idea. Just one idea. All you need is one idea. And Howard White was giving some ideas, but I'm going to give you one idea that you can use to immediately, just instantly, go after your target audience. It doesn't matter what you do, but you go after them. Trevor gave you some ideas. The 3 mindsets I want to give, as I'm talking to one, I'm really talking to all of you out there who are listening, who are watching, by the way. So y'all might want to jot these 3 things down. If you're struggling right now with lead generation, you don't have enough qualified folks that you're talking to. That means they can't even afford your products and services. You're not even in that conversation. Then you the entrepreneur, you want to tune in real closely to this. Like you don't want to miss this. I might share something that's going to really put some money in your pocket. Number 1, mindset. This is just a mindset. It's all inner game. This is all inner game. Number 1, there are too many leads. I can't help everybody. And I want you to know that. I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, Shauna, there are too many people out there that have federal contracts and local contracts. You, as a business owner, only in business for a year, you can't help everybody. That's a good feeling to know. There are too many people out there. Number two, everyone jot this down, please, no one missed this. Matter of fact, someone right now put in the private and the elusive exclusive Facebook group, put, there are too many leads, hashtag peak performers. Number two is that leads represent hope. Jot that down in your notes. Leads represent hope. No leads, no hope. So we got to get you some leads. You've got to do what Trevor said. You've got to get in front of folks. I'm going to tell you how to do it in just a moment. But first, I want to give you a mindset because you got to shift your mindset first. And number three, and you're going to be really happy with this. Someone in the private and elusive exclusive Facebook group put, leads represent hope. Hashtag peak performers. The third mindset is the list of people that don't know you right now, that long list of people that don't know you is significantly longer than the list of people who do know you. So you've got an opportunity. So what should you do? What can you do tomorrow? Doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't cost you a dime. you can do this. You target folks that have government contracts. I'm going to assume they're federal contracts, for lack of a better term, right now. I don't have enough time to get into if they're state contracts or municipal contracts. I don't have time for that. But it's public information. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to contact your local government contracting officer. Just Google it online. They have nothing to do all day anyway. Give them a call. For those folks who are certified, either as an 8A firm or a woman business, or maybe they're certified locally in that state, I want you to immediately get that list. It's free. It costs you nothing. The government works for you. You pay your taxes. They have nothing to do all day. So you're going to call them. You're going to get the list. Duh. And then from there, you're going to ask them who has been assigned government contracts over the last 12 months. It's public information. It probably points you right to the website. Heck, you could probably call downtown, call your local person, and once you get that list, I want you to do exactly what Trevor talked about. But you can't do that until you first have leads, because leads represent hope. There's no one to send anything to. You now have it because there are certified businesses, there are 8A firms, there are women certified businesses, and there are government contracts that are given this public information. So do that, and when you do that, send me an email, send me a text like you did tonight, and say, hey Shay, I got the list of local government contracts that were assigned, of which you pay taxes to. All right, Trevor, I know there's a lot of questions out there. Again, thank you so much for being the first question. You're a rock star. You're already amazing.
And Shay, I see some other questions coming into the group. I see Pamela Stone. I don't know if she texted you yet, but if she did, let's call Pamela Stone. If not, I'll just take her question right live. But I see Pamela.
She has text me, unless you have the question. You want me to call her, or do you have the question already?
Let's call her, because I want to make sure we get it right. And then after Pamela Stone, there's another young lady with I think not Amazon, with Mary Kay, who has a question also related to merchant accounts and merchant systems. But let's go to Pamela Stone first.
Okay, well, Pamela Stone, we got a busy signal, but I'm gonna try again. You might have been
okay. And then we're gonna be after that. We'll come to Lisa Wivette Jones.
Hello.
Well, it's a great day, Pamela. It's Shay and Trevor. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, have a mute your computer, Shay.
You will need to mute your computer. It's kind of like being on the radio. You know, we can hear it in the background. So why don't you take a minute and do that?
Okay.
Great. Well, congratulations for asking a question. We appreciate you being a part of the private, the elusive, exclusive Facebook group. We appreciate you joining in. We appreciate you participating, and we appreciate you, the entrepreneur, for all you do. So thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit about your question. I don't have the question. Trevor has the question, so he has a little advantage. But what is your question tonight?
My question is, how do I target the right audience?
Okay, so for the audience that's listening, there's a lot of folks listening right now. So I'll ask you the same 2 questions or 3 questions I asked the last person. Is what line of business are you in?
I am working with the small to medium-sized businesses to help them build their business.
All right. So what is the name of your business?
It's P&S Consulting.
All right. And what type of consulting do you specialize in?
I'm really working with the administration side of the business for companies that are building or starting out.
So when you say the administrative side, can you tell us a little more about that?
Yes. So for example, those are the administration business. For example, those who are needing help on to building their human resource policies and procedures, training their staff, new hires coming into their organization.
Okay. And what service do you provide them? Is it training services? Is it consulting?
It is.
Are you like an arm of the HR side of the world?
I am, yes.
Okay, as you imagine, it's not my first rodeo. So in a perfect world, what type of client would you want to work with? I mean, who is your avatar, I guess is the word they use it, but who would you want to work with in a perfect world? You said small to mid-sized businesses, but give me the industry, if you can, that you'd want to work in, you want to specialize in.
Honestly, there is no specific client. I've worked with nonprofit organizations, I've also worked with for-profit organizations. So I've done both sides of it. So there's no particular.
Okay, well, which one? Which one
Shay,
pays the most amount of money?
What, Shay?
My for-profit organization made me the most.
Shay.
Okay.
Two things I just want to just add a little bit of correcting language. There's always a particular type of client that you work with. A perfect example is she does this for businesses.
Trevor's talking. She can't hear Trevor because she has a mic. She has a thing down. She can only hear me.
Yeah,
but
I get you.
With Trevor's, to summarize what he's about to tell you is you don't work with everybody. You work with somebody. So there's probably at least a specialty that you would want to work with. And we realize you'll take business. That's why I was asked.
Well, she works with people who are in businesses. Nonprofits are a type of business. So
yeah, but I asked her which one pays the most amount of money does she want to work with in the perfect world? Nonprofit, in the time that we have, nonprofit or for profit. Obviously, she said for profit. We're not. None of us are surprised by that, by the way. None of us are surprised. But with that question being asked, what Trevor's trying to get to is on the profit side. What industry would you want them to be in?
I really haven't thought that far. I really haven't gone to the. I guess I haven't thought that deeper into the conversation up to that question then.
Okay, because I'll turn over to Trevor. It sounds like you're trying to target everybody, and anybody that shows up you take. But you know the old saying from Zig Ziglar: you cannot hit a target you cannot see, and you cannot see a target you do not have. But I'll let Trevor step back and give some insight so you can turn your computer back up. Because it sounds like you're trying to market to everybody. And that could be challenging, especially when you're trying to bring in cash. So you're trying to make sure you don't miss anyone. But you probably heard this before. For everyone listening, this is important for them as well. They're all listening to us. They're eavesdroppers. But you heard this before. The riches are in the niches. And so I'm going to turn over to Trevor and let Trevor give his comments. You can turn your phone back up. Thanks a lot, Pamela, again, so much for participating.
Thank you.
We really appreciate every time you show up, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Pamela, this is what I would have to say to you. Number one, first of all, Shay, there are people that are saying where to ask the questions. You ask the questions in virtualnetworkinglive.com. You come to virtualnetworkinglive.com. That's where you can ask your questions. You go to virtualnetworkinglive.com to ask your question. Pamela, I agree with Shay in this way, that marketing to everybody is the same as marketing to nobody. I think that what you're going to have to do is first decide who you work with. I do think that there needs to be some correcting language there, meaning you don't have a particular type of client that you work with. Actually, you do. And I think the first level of that is, and this is for everybody, to start to kind of, we've heard the stage or the phrase of the riches are in the niches, but for many of us, we don't know how to get to the niche. And I want to speak to that. So the first thing is we start out with, for you, who do we work with? Well, clearly, for you to be able to help them in their systems and to get organized and basically a lot of some of the HR functions, the operating systems and manuals and things like that, is first they got to be in business. So the first tier is they got to be in business. So you work with people who are in business, okay? Then you start to tear down just a little bit further. And then Shay asked you the question, well, which type of business people in business are profitable for you? And you said for-profit companies. So now you work with for-profit businesses. And then you may go a little deeper. You may decide that your ability to service different industries is limited with the type of resource that you have. So you may not be able to service maybe a Fortune 500 company. They may need greater resources than you can provide. So do you work with small business owners? Do you work with medium-sized companies between 100 to 500 employees? Do you work with enterprise operations, maybe 1,000 to 100,000 employees? So we need to define that. And then are there particular industries that you prefer to work in versus other industries? Nobody, if you get sick and something is really wrong, nobody wants to go to a generalist. If there was something wrong with your head you want to go to a brain surgeon. You don't want to go to the person that just meets with everybody. And so I don't want you to set yourself up as a generalist, rather position yourself as a specialist. And the reason why you position yourself as a specialist is it makes it easier for people who need your type of help, your type of solution to find you. When you say, I'm a brain surgeon, everybody who has a brain problem knows that I'm going to talk to this person. When you say I'm a general doctor and you're like, well, I don't know if my problem fits what you're trying to do, you don't want that. So have the courage to niche. Create greater specificity in your language and your communication. And then last but not least, I want to give you an actionable item. I would like to see you create a blog talk radio show, something that you're doing every week that caters to the type of business owner that you are looking to work with. You need to have some type of value, consistent. Everybody write this down. You need to have some type of consistent value component in your business plan. You need to have some system by which you are providing constant and consistent value. And so one of the things I think that, and that I heard from you, Pamela, is that we focus on what we do, but we have to remember we got to focus on bringing people in that we can help through what we do. And so marketing will only get you so far. You want to market, go put the flyers up, go post on Facebook and create some great looking literature. That's marketing. But if you really want to build a tribe, you got to do more than market. Market to provide value. Don't market to sell. We're in a new age. Market to provide value. So when I market, I'm marketing to drive you to a place where I can provide value to you. And then when it comes time for you to purchase a product, you're not buying a product. What's happening is we are engaging in an exchange of value. I'm giving you something of value, and in exchange for that, you're giving me something of value. And so let's stop trying to find people to sell to, and let's find people to which we can exchange value with. And so market to value. I hope that helps you, Pamela Stone. If it does, just post it in the group. But I need you to put some kind of consistent structure in your business plan that allows you to provide value to the people you're looking to service. And remember, we are in the hashtag givers economy. I hope that helps somebody out there. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Howard White. He did post for the young lady, Shay, I forgot her name, who had a question before. Howard White, which one of our business experts said, have her connect with the SBA, diving deeper in her connection with the Small Business Association and the 8A, the people who manage 8A programs. That comes from Howard White, who does a lot of government contracting. And call on people that get, and this is a good one, Shay. Howard White says call on people that get new government contracts. What was the young lady's name, the first young lady, Shay?
I don't remember. I can try to go find it.
Okay, I think it's Shauna Turner. Shauna Turner, connect with Howard White, but he said dive a little deeper in your connections with the Small Business Administration, that's SBA, and people who oversee 8A programs, and also contact people that get new government contracts because they are going to be in the greatest need of your services. So that's for Shauna Turner and Pamela Stone. For you, market to provide value. Okay? All right. Shay, I think we're coming to Lisa Wivette Jones. Has she sent you a text message yet?
Let me see here. Yep, I got a text message from her now. Let me see if she's aware.
By the way, if you have a question, you can send your question, post it right to virtualnetworkinglive.com. virtualnetworkinglive.com.
Oh,
It's a great day, Lisa. How are you, Shay and Trevor?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Hey, we're doing amazing. We're in the fast lane. This is your time to shine. Again, thanks so much for asking your question. Thanks for posting the full question out there, by the way. You took time to write it all out, so I know that takes time and that takes effort. So thank you so much for doing that. But for those folks that didn't go in there and can't read your question right now, I'm not going to read it. Can you go ahead, please, and share your question?
I know during the, and thank you for taking the call. I know during the 72 hours of power, he was talking, Trevor was mentioning that at some point we should really stop using the PayPal method and what have you, and then go to a more sophisticated merchant type processing for payment. And I just wanted to know if you guys can just elaborate on that a little bit, like at what point, and go from there.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much. Trevor, over your question is, at what point do you migrate from PayPal over to a merchant account?
The answer to that question is immediately. And for this reason, is that what you are looking for is you're looking for a payment processor that is, write this down, merchant friendly. PayPal is a consumer-based payment structure. So they tend to side with the consumer in most matters. And so in addition to that, one of the misconceptions of PayPal is that a person needs to join PayPal to be able to use it. See, there's a dual agenda that goes on with the use of PayPal. And by the way, I've used PayPal. I pay people with PayPal all the time. I just don't use it to collect money. And let me tell you why. Is that one, the PayPal's goal is to get as many people signed up to use PayPal as humanly possible, which is why it's not obvious to people who are trying to buy products from you and services from you, and PayPal pops up. The first thing you usually see in many cases, unless you're using the merchant version of their system, is you really see, hey, log in with your PayPal account or create a PayPal account. And they focus the energy there. And when people want to pay you, they don't want an additional challenge. They just want to pay. And so you don't want to create any additional barriers to payment. In addition to that, you have to remember that they're promoting their agenda over your agenda. Your agenda is to get paid. Their agenda is to get more people using PayPal, to get people signed up, which is why they push to that agenda. So in other words, when you, let's just say, if you would go to a traditional page where you were going to purchase something and you were going to use your Visa credit card, you don't see where, hey, sign up for Visa's special duper program, log into your Visa back end, and then pay. They don't even offer that. It's just, hey, it's your business, it's your product, let me pay you. Now, I would say that I would recommend getting yourself a merchant account. One easy one that I recommend all the time is powerpay.biz. Usually takes less than 72 hours. I think they charge less than $12 a month, which is, what is that? About $150 a year. That's a nominal fee to ensure that, one, you get your money, and then number two, that their system is built more to the merchant. Another system you might use is more maybe a merchant aggregator, maybe something like Stripe. STRIPE. Stripe is a good starter gateway, but once you cross past the 100,000 mark, you're going to need to move to a real merchant account. So I say do it right from the very beginning. Look like you're in business. Show that you take your business seriously, and get a merchant account. It's going to be virtually impossible for you to do consistent business without having a merchant account, and you just don't want to deal with those issues where you have to, when you get the. I was talking to a client of mine the other day. They did about 50 grand of business over a 1 week period of time through a product and a service that we created for them, and we gave them some coaching on the branding campaign, and we helped do the marketing, and we helped create the automation that drove the campaign. And literally in a very short window of time, they took in almost $57,000, close to 60 grand, and they took in so much money so fast that PayPal called them, and they got several calls where they had to really kind of justify those costs and justify the traffic in. And in many cases, I want you to prepare to do big business as opposed to wondering whether or not it is possible for you to do big business. So the answer to your question is immediately. An action step for you is I would set up a merchant account with PowerPay.biz or go to your bank, and then I would have a backup system, and my backup system would probably be Stripe, STRIPE, and I'll just go ahead and look that up for you, just to make sure the website for you. But you can go to Stripe. And Shay, by the way, Edward Womack, we're coming his way. He has a question, but that is for people who are looking for Stripe.
Edward Womack. We got Yana, who I think sent one in earlier.
Yeah, okay, so we'll go to Yana and then we'll go to Edward Womack, but that's stripe.com. That's stripe.com. And I would have a primary merchant system, and I would have a backup. And by the way, Stripe is free to use unless you actually sell something. And some of the organizations that use Stripe, Uber, Coach, as in Coach Bags, Braintree. So there's some companies that use Stripe now. So you want to be mindful of that, and they have an API that easily integrates with other CRM systems. So both Stripe and PowerPay.biz, they interface with typically the shopping cart solutions and CRM systems that you are using. And let me just make a quick correction. That is actually Coach is not using them. They're using competing systems. I did want to correct that. But Stripe is very much in use by a lot of big time companies. Shay, I'll turn it over to you.
Fantastic. Good answer, good response. And the obvious answer, as soon as you start making money, switch, which is now. Okay, let's go over to Cheryl. I'm going to see, I think she just, Yanni. Let me see if she's there.
And Shay, Cheryl C. Lynn Williams said, accept her friend request. You heard me, Shay?
No.
I said, C. Lynn Williams said, accept her friend request.
I'm down the right number. So let me see. She put her name here. Yanni, we're calling now. Let me see.
Hi, you have reached Yanni, and unfortunately I cannot answer my phone at this time. Please give me your name, number, and detailed message, and I'll return your call as soon as possible. If you need to reach us in regards to Reading for Smiles, please leave your name, number, and the nature of your call, and we'll return it as soon as we can. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay. Shay, why don't we go to Edward Womack?
It's a great day, Yanni. It's a great day, Yanni. Shay and Trevor, we were giving you a call. We'll try to reach you later. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Did you tell folks how they can ask their questions tonight? Just folks that are just going on.
You can ask questions by going to virtualnetworkinglive.com, and Shay, I see that we have Tanya Kersey also. And so why don't we give Edward Womack a call, and then from there let's go to Tanya Kersey.
If you can send Tanya a note, tell her that Tanya, if you're listening, text me your phone number and name.
Yeah, I'm sending her a message now.
Okay.
And I'll let you go ahead and get Edward Womack on the
Hello?
phone.
Hey, Shay. This is Ed Womack.
Well, it's a great day, Ed. You're here live, watching and listening, so you need to turn your computer down so you can certainly say hello to everyone and let us know your question tonight.
Hello, everyone. My question is, how does marketing to males differ from marketing to female prospects in the clients in the personal development and coaching space?
Okay. All right, Trevor, you got the question?
Okay. I'll share one point of view on that, Shay, and I'll let you share the secondary point of view.
Okay.
In my point of view,
Edward, thanks a lot, Edward, for asking the question like we told everyone, so we appreciate that, man. We know you're out there. Trevor, he welcomes people to the group. He's like the Minister of Hospitality with Jamie. So thanks a lot, man. We appreciate you.
Absolutely appreciate you guys.
All right, I'm hanging up now so Trevor can answer your question and you can hear him live.
Awesome.
All right, bye-bye. All right, man, over to you.
Okay. Let me state that the next words out of my mouth are going to be opinion. And so it can be, a little bit controversial, but I will share with you some of the things that we have noticed over the last 20 years that I've been in this industry. And some of this is, backed up by many marketing articles. That being said, we're talking about marketing and selling to men versus women. One is you do have to appreciate that there is a uniqueness to the sexes, that there is a uniqueness in how we interact with the world. Typically, I've found that men tend to use ego in their decision-making process. And so you see many times in many sales and marketing presentations where it makes the point of trying to appeal to the ego. And then many times when we see in marketing to women, we found that women will use maybe more empathy or emotion in the decision-making process. And some of the ways that I've heard it described is that men buy on ego and women buy on emotion. And clearly that is a general statement and is not going to be true in all scenarios, but it is important to consider when you are dealing with male buyers versus female buyers, or when you're just dealing with people in general, that regardless of whether you're dealing with male or female, or whether you're dealing with, anytime you're dealing with two groups of people, I have found that you have to be able to appreciate that perspective, and you must be able to speak to that perspective. And regardless of who you're dealing with, the question that you have to ask yourself is, what does the other guy want? Or what does the other woman want in this situation? What do they want? Shay, what is your perspective?
Thanks for asking, Trevor. And I did make I tried to get some screenshots of some other people to ask questions. But here's my perspective on it. And you all can jot this down in your notes. There are two sides. There's, do you market to males and females differently? The obvious answer is duh, yes. The how to, I don't get that part. On the sales side, I would say that you're not going to sell really any differently. Everyone jot this down in your notes. This is another one of those $50,000 golden nuggets. If you get just this one idea, you'll shift your mindset. Do I sell to a male? Do I sell to a female? I sell to men better. I sell to females better. I mean, that's really all a mindset. It just really is all a mindset. So I'm going to give you an idea to put money in your pocket. And I want you to put this idea, I want you to jot this into the virtual networking line. I want you to type these words. Go ahead, just type these words. People will pay you today if you help them solve a problem today. Just put that in your notes. People will pay you today if you help them solve a problem today. Hashtag peak performers. Just put that down. Hashtag peak performers. So whether you're talking to a male or you're talking to a female, now I get it. There might be some differences in personalities, but you got to block it out if they're male or female. There's different personality types. I'm not going to go into that on this particular session. We just don't have time. But I will say this. If you just focus on helping them solve their problem, this is from a sales lens. Now, I see everything through a sales lens. So I'm thinking about you're there to help solve a problem. They're going to pay you for doing that. So you got to focus on just solving their problem. Now, sometimes people get into it with, should I be more emotional or should I be more this way? The answer to that question is absolutely not. We go over this in the authentic sales approach. You want to be you. At the end of the day, you want to be you. It's my belief, jot this in your notes, someone put this in the private group, that people have a phony meter. Just put that in. People have a phony meter. Hashtag peak performers. So they can tell when you're trying to be phony. You don't want to be phony. No. You want to be sincere. You want to be honest. You want to share how you solve a problem. And if they buy from you, they buy from you. If they don't, they don't. At least from a sales perspective. So my view of the world is it doesn't matter. Now, I will hear sometimes people say, I sell to big businesses, but I can't sell to the small guy, or I can't sell to a woman. I don't think that's the case anymore. I really just don't.
And Shay, may I add to that real quick, if you don't mind?
Sure, you can always jump on.
Yeah, there are differences in culture. There are differences based upon where you're raised at as well. And I'll use as an example. If you were to have a grandbaby, like I have one that's coming. If a newborn was coming in and you had to buy some clothes for the newborn and you were going to paint the room, you would be thinking, I'm going to use the color what? Blue, right? And if you thought that you were getting ready to have a new granddaughter or a new daughter, the colors that you would buy would be pink. maybe more girly style colors, and there is just this natural association that blue is for boys and the pink and stuff is for girls. So if I was going to market to women, I would most certainly, in many cases, use colors. And I'm speaking specifically to here in the United States. I can't maybe speak to Australia. I would use colors that were associated with that. I may use a different color scheme. So, to generalize it is wrong, but this is not about being politically correct. This is really about being effective. And in being effective, you do have to have an appreciation for the uniqueness that people bring to an environment. And sometimes that uniqueness is based upon male versus female, and sometimes that uniqueness is culturally based, and you have to be sensitive to that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean that's deals more with economics. That's economics. That's classism. That's a whole different conversation. So I agree with you. Okay, Tanya has sent me a text while you were talking.
Yeah, and Jan Robinson is ready to be back in. She had to reboot her phone. You want to go to Jan again first?
Okay, let me see. Let's give her a shot. I'm getting a number of you texting me now. Okay, this is Jan.
And Jan, after Jan, we coming to you, Tanya Kersey. And I'm so glad that was helpful for you without being offensive.
Hello.
It's a great day, Jan. It's Shay and Trevor. How are you?
Good. It's Yane.
Yane. Oh, Yane.
Yes.
Sorry about that, Yane. It's a pleasure to have you on the line. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for asking your question. Thank you for posting into the private, to the elusive exclusive Facebook group. We really, truly appreciate you. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having this opportunity and this platform for people to ask questions.
Fantastic. So if you can, for the listening audience, can you please share your name, what you do, and your question?
So my name is Yane, and I am a founder and CEO of the company Reading for Smiles, which is a nonprofit that tutors children between kindergarten and 6th grade in literacy. Okay. And my question is, what steps do you take to make your business automated? Because I would like to expand, but I know that I need to have certain systems in place for that expansion to occur.
Okay. Trevor, did you hear the question?
Yeah, I got the question.
Yeah, question. Now, can you, just for the audience that's listening, automate your business is a really broad topic. Is there one area of the business you want to automate?
Okay. Maybe like some of my email responses and stuff. We have a lot of people who come even to our website.
Okay.
And sometimes I'm able to get answer all of the parents and stuff. But I do want to say something that's kind of generic. I don't want to say it like that. But something that's automated so that I don't have to always worry about did I lose an email or not catch one.
Got it. Okay, well, I'm gonna turn it over to Trevor. He's biting at the chop. He's sending me notes. You hear my phone. He's like, hey, Shay, I just want to see what part that you want to automate, because a lot of systems there. Thank you again. You can turn your phone back or turn your computer back up. Trevor's now going to answer the questions. We appreciate you taking the call. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye
bye. One, Shay, did you catch her name again? I want to make sure I address her correctly.
Yane.
Okay. Yane, you're asking a question that I probably get every day. Where do I start with automation? And there's so many different things in your business that you can automate. And I'm going to give you a couple of guiding principles and guiding rules, and then I'll tell you, where you can get started. Okay. Number one, one of the key components of your business is you want to be able to automate your marketing, meaning automate the way you bring people into your infrastructure or your ecosystem, automate the way by which you create interest in your business, and automate the way by which you generate interest. So you want to automate your marketing. The next thing you want to automate is you do want to automate your branding, meaning automate the way you position yourself in the marketplace, automate the way that people feel, think, and automate what they say about your business. So you got to automate your branding, you got to automate your marketing. In addition to that, you got to automate your communication. We're talking about your communication. We're not just talking about what you email out, but we're talking about what you text message out. We're talking about how you communicate in different social media platforms. So you got to automate your communication. For many people, when they say automation, they really start thinking of automated emails, and that's so one-dimensional. That's the least of what you can automate. There's so many other things that you can automate as it pertains to the way in which you communicate with people. We're talking about automated text messages, automated follow-up phone calls, automated surveys, just automated communication. And then you got to automate the way in which you build your audience. Shay has an amazing program called Audience Autopilot. As a matter of fact, it's yet to be released, but those people who just now, you're lucky enough to be on the phone, reach out to Shay. Maybe you can get early entry into the Audience Autopilot program. I'm sure he didn't want me to mention that today on today's call, but I'm letting you know Shay has an Audience Autopilot program, which helps you build your audience on autopilot. That being said, the rule for automation is that anything that you do in your business more than 3 times in a month can probably be automated. And the secret to automation is really understanding how you produce results. It's understanding what you do. Automation is not about you fitting into a box. It's rather creating systems that replicate how you operate in your business. So one of the keys to getting started with automation is this. Number one key, number one secret to automation is get yourself a CRM, a customer relationship management system. Here's what I want you to know. Because sometimes when people throw around this term, CRM, get a CRM, I want to be focused on what that is. It's constant contact, eye contact, your contact, my contact. That is not a CRM. That is a mass emailing system. True CRMs not only do handle email automation in marketing, but true CRMs can automate the way you sell. For those people out there, you hate selling and you're really shy, you're assuming that you have to always cold call people and get in front of people. But one of the easiest ways to sell, especially for those people who hate selling, hate being salesy, hate, really kind of shy, introverted, that you can automate your sales process through video sales letters. If you don't know what a VSL are, you need to start investigating video sales letter. Sales letters, sales pages. This is ways to automate your processes. So you can automate your shopping cart process. You can automate your text messaging, automate your faxing. You can really run a 7-figure infrastructure right from your mobile phone or your tablet device if done correctly. So the first step, and I'm answer your question, is to get yourself a CRM, a customer relationship management system. Some of the ones that I recommend, best of the best, Infusionsoft, just best of the best. Another one, Entreport, another very good one. There's some other ones, Premium Webcart, One Shopping Cart. These are some of the other ones down the line. And many times people hesitate, Shay, and I don't know if you know what I mean, on getting a CRM because they're like, oh my God, it's just like, Infusionsoft can be like $249 a month, or a low budget one could be anywhere between $99 to $50 a month, and they start to hesitate and they get afraid and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't afford it. And here's what I want you to know. Getting a CRM is like hiring a 24-hour-a-day full-time employee. And I'm going to tell you, nothing is like a CRM. Just imagine being able to hire a full-time employee that sold for you 24 hours a day, that marketed for you 24 hours a day, that branded for you 24 hours a day, that followed up with people for you 24 hours a day, that serviced the clients for you 24 hours a day, and imagine that all you were going to pay them is...
And Trevor, they also collect their money 24 hours a day. That's important.
Yeah, that's important. They collect the money.
From a sales guys, they collect the money. Please, thank you.
Yeah, imagine that. And you can fully justify the cost of a CRM. Listen, if you don't have a CRM in this day and time, you ain't even started in business. As a matter of fact, you might be ready to hang your sign up in the window that says out of business. Now, I'm going to do something for you, Yanye. We have yet to release this yet. So I think we have yet to release this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to provide you one of the 75 free registrations or complimentary registrations that we're going to be giving out for an event that we have coming up in 3 weeks. It's called Day of Automation. It is limited to 75 business owners and entrepreneurs and professionals who want to automate their business. We're going to be teaching step-by-step process. We're going to be teaching you the sequences, because once you get automated, you got to figure out what to automate. What I'll do is I'm going to do this for Yane, and I'll do it for the first 5 people because we've yet to open this up to the public yet. And you will get a complimentary VIP ticket. There's no charge. I don't have anything to sell you. You can go to dayofautomation.com and you can be my VIP guest. You can go to dayofautomation.com. Now, I will mind you that this is not officially open to the public. So don't look for a follow-up email or anything. You get on the list, and when it opens up to the public, you'll already have a spot solidified, and we'll go ahead and send you information about it. So, Yane, because you asked the question about automation, you and 5 lucky people, they go to dayofautomation.com, are going to get registered. In addition to that, let me just say this. If you're out there right now and you know that there's some things that you need to automate in your business, you really want to, you aspire to become that virtual CEO, you can reach out to Shay Brown, and we will set you up with a one-on-one automation appointment where we can talk to you about some things you could do right now to automate your business. Maybe you don't want to wait till 3 weeks from now, and maybe you just need to generate revenue now. And here's what I want you to know. They're really, and I want everybody to take your pens out right now, and this is for everybody. There are 4 types of people in every business. There is the employee. And the employee, their job is to manage the tasks within a company. And then there's the manager. And the job of the manager is really to manage the employees within the company. So you got employees managing the tasks within a company, and you got managers who are managing the employees. But then there's a higher level, and that next level is the CEO. And the job of the CEO is to manage the processes and the procedures that we use to produce effective results in our business. And so many of us, while we've gotten a card that says, I'm the head honcho, I'm the CEO, we've yet to really do the work of a CEO, because the job of a CEO is to manage the processes and to manage the systems within that business that produce effective results. So what the manager is using, see, nobody can manage if the CEO has not put the processes and systems in place, because what the manager is doing is they're using the processes and the systems that the CEO has created to manage the employees that manage the tasks within the company. And so I need some of y'all to rise up and become a CEO. But there is a new level that has been introduced over the last 10 years. And that is the virtual CEO. And the virtual CEO, they automatedly, right, or they use automation to virtually manage the processes and the procedures within a company. So they're not just managing processes and procedures, they're using automation, and they're doing it in a virtual space to create and to operate the processes and the procedures within the company. And so I challenge everybody today to become a virtual CEO. And how do you do that? One, you get yourself a CRM. Now, I'm going to give out Shay's number, and what we're going to do is anybody who you're really ready to have that next level conversation. Look, if you're not ready to have that kind of conversation, don't send this text in, because we don't want you to eat up time for somebody who really is ready to automate their business. If you're out there and you're saying, Trevor, I want to automate my marketing. Trevor, I want to automate my sales. I want to automate my sales. I want to automate my servicing. I want to automate my follow-up. I want to work smarter, not harder. I believe that I can generate revenue and have a great life. I believe that I can achieve a freedom-focused life. If that's you, then what you do is you can just text Shay at 202-270-1662, and I just say, hey, I'd like to have an automation appointment. Now, I need first name, last name, email address, and the business you're in. And essentially what we'll do is we'll do that for a few people, and essentially, that's just our way of giving back in. Thank you for asking such a powerful question. I think that's one that many people needed the answer to. I turn it back over to you, Chef.
Fantastic. You can hear the passion in Trevor's voice when it comes to automation and what it can do for you and your business. So I would agree with you 100%. I think you said, Trevor, the next person is Tanya. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see if I can get her name here. Tanya. I had it here a second ago. Here we go. Tanya Kersey, we're coming to you now. I think it's ringing.
Hey, this is Tanya.
It's a great day, Tanya. It's Shay and Trevor. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. So if you can, for those folks that are listening, we appreciate you. I did receive your message in the private group. I got your Facebook private message, and I got your text. So
okay, great.
Really been pushing hard. Congratulations for asking your question. Thanks for being in the group, by the way, and thanks for showing up tonight. I mean, we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
To show up and ask questions that make all of us better. So thank you.
You guys rock.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to serve. With that being said, if you can, for those folks that are listening, tell them your name, tell them what you do, and then go ahead and ask your question if you can.
Okay, well, my name is Tanya Kersey. I'm called the Filmmaker Success Mentor. I'm also the founder and executive director of one of the world's largest black film festivals, which is the Hollywood Black Film Festival. It's in its 14th year. And I also am an author, coach, speaker, consultant, and what I do is I empower filmmakers, independent filmmakers, with the information, the resources, and the tools that they need to get their films financed and sold. And my challenge is that I've been around forever, and so I'm known as kind of a guru in the industry, but I'm black, and so most of my clients are black, and what I want to do is to further brand myself in the mainstream Hollywood as the Filmmaker Success Mentor, so that I get more clients, that are white and, blue, red, green, whatever, but, there's a larger audience out there that I want to reach.
Sure. And when you reach out to that audience today, and you try to market to that audience, are you getting any results, or have you not even marketed to the audience? This is just an idea you have right now.
Yeah, I'm starting to now. Hollywood doesn't really have VA partners per se. If you're friends with somebody, you send to your list, they send to theirs. So it's not really, it's not up to speed on all of this internet marketing thing. So the few of us that are out there are really the visionaries in the field. So I've been trying to get other people who are doing similar things to me to be JV partners and affiliates. And so far it's working out well. I just need to put the campaigns together, but that's my first step.
Okay. And Trevor, you got it, Trevor?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So you can go ahead and turn your computer back up. Trevor has it. I believe the question for everyone that's listening is she wants to expand her market, branding to new markets. So right now she's primarily in the African-American market and wants to be able to brand out to any other market as well. So we're going to share some ideas on how you can brand. It sounds like you haven't taken any steps other than looking at JVs or partnerships. So you're really using the good old boy network, for lack of a better term, versus some other automated ways of doing it. Is that correct? Am I hearing that correctly or no?
Right. This is a new thing, exactly. This is new for me.
Okay, as you can imagine, this is not my first rodeo. Although these are brand new boots I got on under this table here. It's not my first rodeo. All right, Trevor, I'll turn over to you, man. She wants. Okay, thanks a lot, Tanya. Once again, you can hang up. We appreciate you, man. Looking forward to seeing you in the private group. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So Trevor, it sounds like what I'm hearing is she wants to be able to market to an audience outside of the market she has now, and it's probably applicable to everyone that's watching right now. They probably have a core group whether they're black, white, old, young, spend a lot of money or little money. And anyone sitting out there, I'm sure, would also want to know, how do I market, how do I brand myself outside of my core group? I think that's the question. She's in the film industry, obviously, but I think this is across industries. I really do. But I'll turn it over to you, man. I know you have this discussion often as we're talking to folks on how they can brand themselves and reach new markets.
Well, Shay, let me just say, Shay, we're going to come to Dominique Hart next. Dominique Hart. So we're coming your way next, Dominique, so get ready. And Shay, I'm going to tag you in her question, which is a very powerful question. And then
okay.
Dominique,
did you tell her to text me as well?
Yeah, I just sent her a message.
Oh, okay, great.
Now,
thanks, man.
With the last young lady, would you give me her name one more time so I make sure I got her name right?
Tanya Kersey.
Okay, Tanya. I understand what you're trying to do. What you're saying is, hey, listen, I want to expand my brand beyond its current audience. First, I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you the story about an apple picker. You've heard the story before. Apple picker is going out and he's picking apples and he's picking apples and he's picking apples and he has an arm full of apples. And he's very effective and very profitable, and he's enjoying picking apples. One day, while he's picking apples with his right hand, and he has an armful, he reaches out with his left hand to pick an orange. And at that moment, he drops all of his apples. So we've heard this story a million times before, but I say that to you in this way, is that make sure that as you are expanding your brand, that you have a plan to maintain your current audience. So expansion without a plan to maintain the audience that you have already built is premature. So let's make sure that, okay, I'm getting ready to expand my brand, but what is the plan to maintain your current audience? And so it's not to say don't grow, it's just to say make sure you have a plan to maintain. Number two is remember that the fact that you cultivated a unique audience gives you leverage in the marketplace. When you don't have a tribe, you have no leverage. We just saw this play out. Recently, Fox News had gotten into this big argument with the Dish Network. And Fox News is a news channel, not one that I watch personally, but it caters to people who have conservative beliefs. It is a niche audience. Now, what they did was they went to Dish Network and they said, we have an audience of people who watch this channel, and they had a niche that they catered to. And you don't have anything else in your network that specifically caters to people who have this belief. And what they did was, and most of you saw this argument play out nationally. The reason why Dish Network was so angry is because Fox used that niche group as leverage to make Dish Network pay them for the other channels that they owned, like FX. And so my point is, I want you to remember that the fact that you have a base, that is the source or the way that you negotiate with the marketplace. So go forth with your tribe. Now, as it pertains to just growing your base, here's the thing. Write this down. Results don't have a race. They just don't. Results don't have a race. So if you want to grow your base and you want your base to not be representative of one type, maybe not all women or not all men or not all African Americans, however you want to grow your base, market the results. And also look to market the results of people who look like them. So in other words, if I want to work with women, let's just say most of my clients are men, and I want to work with women. But if all of my testimonials and all of the results that I show are me working with men, subconsciously the listener, the person watching, is getting the perception that I work with men. So one, have a plan to produce results amongst a wider scale of individuals. So results within that are not as culturally focused. So in other words, look at your advertisement. Who's on the advertisement? Remember that in marketing, people want to see people that look like them, and that's just true. And so you got to look at your marketing. You got to look at your branding, and it may become where you may have to, in your marketing, you may stop using people. I know, Shay, there is I forgot the place that we used to go to for PowerPoints, but all of the images that they use, they have no color to them. It's like no race, no color. And those people I'm talking about, Shay, where they just show like a bobblehead, and it's like gender neutral. It's
blue
culturally
or
neutral.
Red or white.
Yeah. And so it just depends on. And so you're going to have to decide. Is there a particular? I'll give you a perfect example. Let me use this. Everybody's heard of Match.com, and it's an online dating site that caters to black, white, Spanish, green, old, young, and they just cater to a broad spectrum. By the same token, the same people who own Match.com are the same people who own BlackPeopleMeet.com. And so they have a sub-niche brand, and then so they have a sub-brand, and they have a main brand. They have a main brand that is like everybody just come on. Then they have a sub-brand. And what's really interesting is that the sub-brand is more expensive to be a part of than the main brand. So my point is what you're really talking about is, one, don't open up your sub-brand and make your sub-brand a main, your mass brand. Don't do that. Keep your sub-brand, keep the main thing the main thing. So maintain that sub-brand. Have a plan to maintain the brand, right? Create a new brand that may be more open. And that way you don't lose your apples for trying to grab an orange. So, especially, there's some people out there right now, you're probably watching and you're probably having some brand challenges yourself. One of the things I want everybody to just kind of write down conceptually is that, remember that in your business, there will be a parent brand, and there'll be other products and services that you want to get into that might want to serve other niches, and that might be the sub-brand. So you're going to have to make a decision between what's your parent brand and what's your sub-brand. I'm using it as an example. Matter of fact, Shay, stay right there. I'm going to get something off my refrigerator. I'm going to get something, right? Actually, they don't have it here. But here's what at home, I eat this cereal called Golden Grams. This is one of my favorite cereals. It's Golden Grams. Now, at the top of the box of Golden Grams, it says GM, General Mills. It's a GM brand. And that's the brand at the very top of my box of cereal. In the middle of the box is the sub-brand, and you see Golden Grams. The parent brand, General Mills. They manufacture all type of food items. Sub-brand, Golden Grams. And Golden Grams owns this sub-brand. Now, when you see a Golden Gram commercial or marketing or things like that, they're not advertising General Mills. They're just advertising Golden Grams. So my point is, you don't see Golden Grams going out and saying, hey, I want to diversify my brand. I'm going to start, putting some marshmallows inside the Golden Grams. You don't see General Mills, what you got to realize is that with the brand that you've already created, sounds like what you created was a sub-brand that's bringing in a lot of revenue. And Golden Grams is pretty much targeted towards kids, okay? But then they have cereal that's for adults. We call that oatmeal, call that grits, and they have a different brand for that. So, what I would do is, one, the main question is, what's your parent brand, and what does that parent brand specialize in? And then start to categorize your sub brands. Like this sub brand is for Black filmmakers. This sub brand is for Hispanic filmmakers. This sub brand is for international filmmakers. So in other words, you may have a parent brand and then you have some sub brands. So it sounds like the real problem is that you haven't created a parent brand yet. So what is your parent brand? What does it do? And the General Mills, they manufacture food. The sub brands are different foods that they manufacture. What's your parent brand? And then what is the sub brands under that parent brand? Okay, Shay, I turn it back over to you.
Thanks a lot, Trevor. And Tanya, again, thank you so much for asking your question. I'll just add just a footnote on there, just a footnote. This is going to be important, but it will help you. And first, before I give you the idea, just someone put this into the private, into the exclusive Facebook group over at Virtual Networking Live. Just type this in there. Never underestimate the power of the basics. I'm about to say something really important, but never underestimate the power of the basics. And then put hashtag peak performers, because what I'm going to share with you is going to be so basic, you're probably like, wow, Shay, I wasn't thinking about that. So the question that I'm looking at, again, I look at it from a sales lens, which is I have my core customers, and I want to go get some new customers. I mean, I just make things very simple for me. That's just, okay, I got these folks, I want some other folks. So here's what I want to suggest to you. I just in your notes. This is my idea, so put this in your notes. Put money idea, put money in there, and here it is. People will buy today if you give them a reason to buy today. Just jot it down. People will buy today if you give them a reason to buy today. So what we got to think about is, what's the reason why someone in another category should at least work with you, even if you're a subcontractor on a deal, or even have a meeting with you to discuss how you can do something together. And what I'm not hearing yet is the reason why. And I want you to think through that. If you come up with it, you want to text it to me later. But what's the reason why someone should partner with you? And I think that's going to really, really help you as you stay focused in that one area. But the question is, what's the reason they're going to give you? Okay.
And Shay, while you're getting
that inside
queued up, which is Dominique Hart.
Yeah, she's already texted me, I believe.
Yeah, so let's get her queued up, and let's get rocking and rolling with Dominique Hart. Also, Shay, for the last, I forgot the young lady who asked the question. I forgot her name. Did you say her name was Trey?
Who? Which one?
The one who just asked the last question about the brain. She had a specialty in Black filmmaking.
Oh, that was Tanya.
Tanya Kearney. So, Tanya, one other thing is, oftentimes when people are looking to expand their brand, they're usually looking to expand it because there is a perception of revenue opportunities. And I do want to ask the question is, have you maximized the revenue opportunities within your current niche? So are you doing this for revenue expansion, or are you doing this because you are just ready to grow that base? Because if it's for revenue reasons, there may be some additional ways to raise the amount of revenue that you are generating in your business. One way to think about it is this way. ESPN specializes in sports, and that's the only type of industry that they're in. They're saying, you know what, we do sports, and we do sports better than anybody else. We don't want to be the news. We don't want to make a documentary or a movie. We just want to do things about sports, and they really maximize that particular area. So don't be afraid to niche. And the question is, have you maximized all the opportunities within your current niche? So if you're really looking to expand the brand because you just feel now is the time, that's one thing. But if you're looking to expand the brand for revenue reasons, then we need to look at some strategies to generate more revenue within a space that you've created dominance in. Take it away, Chef.
Yeah, and the good news is, Tanya, we all started with 0 customers. So you started with 0 in a brand new industry. The good news is there's plenty out there for you. All right, let's see if I can get Dominique on the line here. Well, it's a great day, Dominique and Shay and Trevor. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you so much for asking a question in the group. Thank you for participating, and thank you for regularly being on here. I know you're regularly in the private and the elusive and the exclusive Facebook group, so we appreciate it every time you show up. So thanks a lot.
No problem. I try to peek in every now and again when I can. So it's good to be here.
Well, you actually peeked in and you stayed in. So tonight is your night. So for those folks that are listening, that may not have had a chance to go read your question, you can tell them your name and then go ahead and share what you do and your question if you can.
Sure. So my name is Dominique Hart, and I am a creative. I'm an advertising creative and a social media strategist and speaker. And my company is called Dynamic Endeavors, and I really help creative entrepreneurs really attract customers via creative advertising and social media within their business. And so these are the two avenues that I really help them in. And so for me, as I am expanding my online platform, because people ask me all the time, they want questions from me, they want programs from me, and so it's happening this year especially. And one of the questions, or one of the topics that I see arising a lot, is within the telesummit area. And for me, as I'm creating my own telesummit to really help people really be a creative dynamic, is when it comes to actually being present on a telesummit and really creating a win-win for the speaker as well as the host itself. So a lot of times people, they'll be on a telesummit or speaking on a telesummit, and they can't necessarily sell or, get a free offer or anything like that, and they don't profit at all. They're just kind of there. They give their expertise. People ask, where can they follow them, and that's it. And there are also some people who have an affiliate system of some sort flowing through, but there's also no profit for them. It's just kind of, this is how you can bring people to me kind of a situation. And so I know on both ends that, just to create a win-win between both the speaker and the host. But I just, I know you guys are on telesummit sometimes, or online summits or any of those kind of cases, and so I just wanted to know, what are the things in the telesummit scene have you seen that really worked well for you in terms of creating a win-win situation for you? And was it you give them a contract first, or is it you only speak on telesummits where you can profit, or are you only on telesummits where you can make an offer? What are those things that you've seen that creates a win-win for the host and the speaker?
Got it. I think we got it loud and clear. Thanks a lot, Dominique. We appreciate your question, and we're going to answer it right now. And you're amazing. Please tell Stacy NC Grant we said hello, by the way. And
I will. I was just talking to her yesterday.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to turn over to Trevor. Talk to you soon, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
So, Dominique, a couple things. One, right now, the thing that everybody's doing is like telesummit, like telesummit fever. Everybody's having a telesummit. But there are some strategies that you want to deploy, and you have to use the strategies based upon where you are. Number one strategy is that if you are a new speaker, speak anywhere that they'll let you speak. Number two, when it comes to telesummits, normally the list is kept by the person providing the telesummit, and usually it's designed to create profit for the host, and that's great, because that's why they're in business. That's why you're in business. Your primary strategy when you go onto a telesummit is to get the list, and so what you want to do is provide something of value to that audience that causes them to give you their information. So you got to always go into every telesummit to get the information. Now, I would recommend that you have a text message autoresponder system where somebody can text in and automatically get added to your CRM or email list automatically get back a text message response and automatically receive something of value. Now, as soon as I got their information, I would then strategically position them to come to maybe a webinar or a conference call that I'm having. So let's start with the basics. Get yourself rule number one, get the information. Rule number two, right, is get them to sign up for a conference call or something private with you. Now, if you don't have a text message autoresponder system, first of all, anybody that's here now, you just don't have a text message autoresponder system. As long as you've been knowing me and Shay, there's just no reason why you don't have one. But I'm going to assume that everybody has one. But for that one person that's out there that does not have a text message autoresponder system, I'm going to do you a favor right now. I'm going to do you a favor tonight, as right now on the spot. You're going to text Shay. You're going to say, I need a text message autoresponder system. First name, last name, email address. You're going to text Shay and you're going to say you need one, and we'll get you one. And by doing that, see, as you build a list of people that you can reach out to, if I go into Telesummit, first thing I'm going to do is like blah, 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 blah. I'm going to give them some value, information, and I'm like, I got a gift for everybody. Text the word amazing to 240-428-6333, and you're going to automatically get my 7 steps to being amazing. So one, when you go to the Telesummit, you got to go in with the strategy to get the information. Number 3, you have to be selective about the Telesummits that you participate in, and I want you to hear me. If the Telesummit is really featuring speakers who all play in the same space, that may not add the greatest value to you, because what you're looking to do is get promoted into different spaces and different places that you're not already. So in other words, when somebody asks me to participate in their Telesummit, I'm also looking at, does this introduce me to new people, new audiences that I'm not already in? Now, if it does not, that doesn't mean I don't participate, but that means that I'm looking for something of greater value from the host. If it is something where it gets me into some other spaces and other places that I'm not already in, if it introduces me to a new audience, I'm happy to be there. And so the one thing that you want to do is you want to be careful not to oversaturate yourself. So if you show up on everybody's Telesummit, and in those Telesummits, y'all are all speaking to the exact same audience, people are going to eventually get tired of hearing your voice. And so you're going to have to manage that. So you got to look at, who's on the Telesummit. Is this person in a different geographic region that I'm currently not in? Are they on the West Coast and I'm on the East Coast? Does this person deal with men and I deal with women? So they introduce me to more men. Does this Telesummit introduce me to a different demographic? I deal with small business owners who generate less than 6 figures in their business. This Telesummit is going to introduce me to people who have broken through the 6-figure barrier. Does this Telesummit introduce me to network marketers? And primarily I deal with startup businesses. So in other words, you got to evaluate these Telesummits for what they are. But the thing that you got to know above all else is I would not look at a Telesummit as a profit magnet. And I think if you look at it for that purpose, you're going to be disappointed, especially if you're being invited for that purpose. Look at a Telesummit for its ability to build your brand, number one. Look at a Telesummit for its ability to provide free PR for you, public relations. And then number 3 is oftentimes it is also free R&D, where you get to try out some new messaging. But overall, it's for branding and PR. And if it extends your brand and grows your PR, do it. Now, the primary thing that you want to do when you get there, add people to your list. Just say, hey, when I do a Telesummit, the first question I ask myself is, how many new people do I intend to add to my list? So maybe I intend to add 50 new people to my list. Maybe I intend to add 100 new people to my list. And truth be told, even listen to me on this one, Dominique. Even if you could sell on a telesummit, you wouldn't make that much money. Let me tell you why. Is people normally don't buy from you the first time anyway. So what you really, a telesummit provides an opportunity for you to introduce yourself to a world who doesn't know you. And so even if I got invited on a telesummit where they said, Trevor, you can sell, I don't know that I would sell. I would probably go to provide value and get the list. Meaning, let me get some new people on my list who identify with my brand, who see a need for the products and services that I offer. So I would basically use it as a list building exercise. So my question to you, Dominique, is, and I want you to answer this, is what is your list goal for 2015? How many people do you want to put on your list? And then use telesummits as a way to add people to that list. So just say, my goal this year is to add an additional 50,000 people to our current list of about 100,000 entrepreneurs and professionals all over the world. I want to add additional 50,000. To that end, I may say I'm looking to telesummits to be responsible for 10,000 of the new people that I add to my list. So use it as a list builder, use it as a brand builder, use it as free PR, but shift your focus, because even if they let you sell, you wouldn't make that much money because typically you haven't provided enough value. You got to let people get to know you. All you want to do is use it to get people into your brand, to your brand ecosystem. So immediately right after that telesummit, within a week, I would be having some type of conference call, some type of webinar, or at least I would be like, hey, set an appointment, let's talk some more. So and that makes it timeless, because let's just say a lot of times on telesummits, after they get all the people that speak, they go back and sell the audio. And let's just say you sell a product on there that's $97. 3 years later, they're still playing that same, they're still selling that same telesummit, they're still selling that content, and you no longer have that $97 product. Or it now locks you into a $97 product that you're now selling for $1,000. I've seen this happen a million times. So in the telesummit, everybody write this down. In the telesummit, what you want to create, write this down, a timeless message. A timeless message. So will you always be able to provide value? Yes. Will you always be looking to provide value to people in this space? Yes. So give people something of value that's timeless. Create the number one strategy of a telesummit. Provide a timeless message. Provide a timeless message. Now, here's what I want to do for everybody. By the way, thank you so much for that question. Get yourself a text message autorespond. I cannot look. I'm going to say something, and it may be a little controversial, but I'm going to tell you. I've done email marketing. I've done social media marketing. I'm going to tell you, nothing compares to the results that you get when you do text message marketing. Nothing. Just flat out nothing. Right now, our text message marketing list is somewhere around about 40,000 people. At the drop of a hat, I can send out a text message to 40,000 professionals in the personal development space and get them to a conference call, a webinar, or an event where I can sell a product or service. I would say that adding a text message autoresponder into our system grew our revenue easily by 1,000%. Not 200%, not 300%, 1,000%. Some of y'all know because y'all get text messages from us. I put 500 people in a room in 30 seconds. Create a message and say, we're going to be right here, and they'll be there. And that's the power of that. So for those who don't have that text message autoresponding system, you reach out to Shay Brown at 202-270-1662. I'll repeat that slower, 202-270-1662. Just ask them for the referrals on the systems that we use. It's no big secret. We'll tell you about it. And also make sure that you're looking for MMS features. That's the ability to also send images and video via text messaging. So make sure that as you're using those type of systems, make sure you're using MMS protocol, MMS protocol. In addition to that, Shay, I'm gonna stop right here for just a second, and then I'll look for who else may have a question out there. Look, we really have these calls like this every Thursday. Every Thursday, we teach new principles that are designed to grow your revenue, and we call that the Silver Partner Program. And tonight, I want to give everybody a chance to participate in that program for $1. I mean, I just can't give it to you for free, so I got to get at least $1 from you. But in the Silver Partner Program, what we do is we go over revenue strategies. We take real-time questions. Some of you just don't have access to the right resources to generate the results you want. Can you imagine a lawyer without a law library? Can you imagine a doctor who didn't have resources that they could go to investigate solutions for problems that they face every day? And here you are a business owner, here you are a professional, but when I ask you what's your resource can't be YouTube. I'm sorry. You got to have immediate access to information that you need right now to change your business. And so what I want to do is I want to encourage everybody to join us every Thursday at 4 o'clock. If you missed the call, it's pre-recorded, and you get access to our Silver Partner Program. And so I'm so convinced that it's going to double your revenue that today I'm going to let everybody get started for $1. And then afterwards, if you decide to continue, it's a small monthly fee. And you got to ask yourself, who's your resource? Who's helping you extend your brand? Who's helping you double your revenue? Who's helping you with your automation? Who's helping you with your marketing? Some of us, I charge $1,000 an hour in coaching. And one of the number one concerns is we get small business owners who say, I really can't afford it, but I need it. And, I used to always answer with, well, you can't afford not to have me. And it was a very arrogant statement. And some of you have heard me make that statement. If I ever made that statement to you, I apologize. But what it told me was that we needed to create an environment and a place where real people with real problems could get real solutions. And so we created the Silver Partner Program. And so if you got $1 tonight, then we have some solutions for you. If you got $1 tonight, we can help you double your revenue. If you have $1 tonight, we can help you with more effective marketing strategy. If you got $1 tonight, you basically have a place where you can bring your problems to a place where there are experts to solve them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to my partner, Shay Brown, in just a second, and he'll give you some information about how to get started. But you got $1 tonight, tonight's your night. I will tell you this, is anybody who knows me, I always make an unbelievable offer late at night. Why? Because I don't want everybody to participate. We don't have the bandwidth to service the whole world, but I have the bandwidth to service you. And I believe that you got to have real revenue goals, and I believe that you have to have action plans to achieve those revenue goals, and I think you have to have people that hold you accountable. And for those people who you want to operate at that level, I want to encourage you to be a part of the Silver Partner Program. All you need is $1 to get started. $1 gets you started at the very least. At worst case scenario, a month from now, you have spent $1. Best case scenario, you've doubled your revenue. And so, Shay, I'll let you give them some information about that. Now, for some of you, you're like, hey, I just want you one-on-one. I want to talk to you, Trevor, one-on-one. I want to talk to you, Shay, one-on-one. How do I get myself into that type of program? And for those people, you can message me privately on Facebook, and we'll have a talk about it. And, we only work with under 10 people in that capacity every quarter. But if that's something you desire, just send me a private message, and I'll come back and tell you a little bit about it. But right now, there's no reason why a business owner, a professional, a person committed to really being more effective in their business should not have $1 to devote to their success. What is your success? What is hitting your revenue goals worth for you? And I came here with an intention. I came here to basically change the lives of entrepreneurs who were at the very least willing to put their money where their mouth was. Not all their money, but $1. Shay, why don't you give them the details about the Silver Partner Program and the special VIP link for how they can get started today?
Yeah, absolutely, Trevor. And let me just share, if I can. Let me just first give you the link, because we haven't really launched this yet, but we do have a mission, and that is to really help 10 million sales professionals over the next 10 years make more sales with less effort, and find an easier way. I know when I started this business 11 years ago, I wish there was a place I could go to that I could really sharpen my skills, learn how to generate leads, as Trevor talked about, learn how to close without being salesy, and be in the conversation. Because when you're in this type of conversation, these ideas are top of mind to you. And I want you to think, like, really, like, how many sales do you really need to recoup $1, or in this case, $25 per month? Let me give you the website you can go to. I think it's going to take the first 100 people, so you can head over there now. Let me give it to you. It's buyfastsales.com. Buy, B-U-I, fast, F-A-S-T, sales.com. Now, why was this created? Why is this $1 created? Well, this $1 created to give you an opportunity to take a baby step, to have a little skin in the game. Now, what happens? Every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, one of the longest running professional sales training programs takes place that I'm aware of on the planet. Why do I know that? Because I do every call live. It's not recorded, not some automated machine. It's Shay Brown. I'm there live. Trevor's on there. And it gives us an opportunity every single week to share at least 20 plus ideas. Now, you only need one idea. So imagine this for a moment. You show up one week, you get 20 ideas, you implement one idea. You show up the next week, you get 20 ideas, you implement one idea. At the end of the year, you've got 52 ideas you've implemented in your business. And how many ideas do you need to change your life? Just one good idea. So where do you go? How can you be a part of this? I know Trevor's going to do this tonight. This very special offer. You go over, you open up a browser, just open it up, nothing to read. It's very simple, very straightforward. Put down $1. Then 30 days later, it's $25 per month. We build on a monthly basis. Now we build on the first of each month. The site's very secure. Head on over there now. You'll see it there, and you can go and enter your first name, enter your last name. You'll see a little address field there. You can just go and put your address down there. The good news for you is we do take Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover. So you can pick or grab one of the cards you want to use right now. Once you do that, you will go ahead and enter all your information. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, Shay, when I put this $1 down, what happens? It's a reasonable question, a very reasonable question. What happens at that point is once you pay, now you've got to have some skin in the game. You've got to have some skin in the game. Put $1 down, and then you're going to receive an email that's going to have the special conference call. So it's a conference call. You don't have to worry about trying to get online or read or video. You can just dial in, and you can listen in, and you can enjoy it. You'll then get another email that has all of the details that you have as well. So where do you go? Buyfastsales.com. Again, www.buyfastsales.com. With that being said, Trevor, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Yeah. And Shay, if they decide to continue in the program, I know there's a small monthly fee. And what's that small monthly fee?
Yes, $25 per month, kind of pay as you go.
Okay. So for a nominal fee, you can be able to participate and have a resource. My question to everybody listening tonight is, who's your sales resource? Who's your marketing resource? Who's your branding resource? Who's your revenue resource? Who? And, you got to start where you're at. People ask me all the time, where do I start at, Trevor? I say, where are you at? I'm here. Great. Start there. They say, what do I do first? Where are you at? Here. Start there first. Start where you're at. I really want to wrap up in this. By the way, if there's any other questions out there, go ahead and post it right now before we close out. But I want everybody to consider the sheep. Wherever you see sheep, you'll see sheep herders. And wherever you see a sheep herder, you will find a person who has a destination in mind. And here's what I want to say to everybody out there tonight. You are not a sheep. You are a person. And see, the thing about sheep is sheep are always being herded in a direction or towards a destination that they did not choose. And for many of us, we are being herded as though we are sheep towards a destination that we didn't choose. that we didn't choose. We didn't choose mediocrity. We were herded towards mediocrity. We didn't choose to be failures. We were herded towards failure. We didn't choose it. And we allowed sheep herders. Sometimes that sheep herder is our lack of confidence. Sometimes that sheep herder is our insecurities. Sometimes that sheep herder is the negative Nelly or that person that's just trying to hold you back. And what we're doing is we're allowing forces to operate as a herder, a sheep herder, guiding us towards a destination that we didn't choose. And the only thing that I have to say to every entrepreneur, every professional, every speaker, every author, every coach, and every person out there is stand up for your life and choose. You gotta start choosing. You are not a sheep. You are a person. You get the right to choose. Wherever you find sheep, you will find a sheep herder. Wherever you find a sheep herder, you will find a person with a destination in mind. The thing is, there are people that are guiding you towards their destination. The question you got to ask yourself is that where you want to go? Do you want mediocre results? Do you want 6 figures? Or is it just something that you heard a lot of people say? Because you can do 7 figures. You can do 8 figures. You could be a billionaire. Is what you want based upon what somebody told you you should want? Are you giving up? Are you not doing certain things because you're allowing your beliefs, your negative beliefs, to guide you in a direction that you didn't choose? Don't be a sheep today. Be a person. Choose. Choose to be successful. Choose to be happy. Choose that freedom-focused life. So tonight is really about a choice. The one thing I can't do for you, I can teach you, I can talk to you, I can motivate you, I can inspire you. But there's one thing I can't do for any human on this planet. I cannot choose for you. My friend, the choice is yours. Today, how do you make that choice? You put down $1. When you put down that $1, what do you choose? You choose more revenue. You choose the opportunity to double your revenue. You choose to create a powerful brand that rocks. You choose to be more effective in your marketing. You choose real automation strategies and techniques. Just choose. For God's sake, stop being a sheep. You're a person. Stand up. You walk on 2 legs, not 4. That being said, here's what I want everybody to do right now. Going over to buyfastsales.com. BUY fastsales.com. And by the way, everybody who made the decision, for the next 3 minutes, and Shay, I want to be laser focused on this. Everybody who made the decision, who put their $1 down, I'm going to be holding a free VIP session where I'm going to be teaching something I've never taught before, and I guarantee you it's going to rock your revenue. I guarantee you it's going to rock your revenue. That'll be this Wednesday. This Wednesday, I'll be teaching something that's never been taught before. I'll be teaching you one about underground secrets to success. So if you've been waiting for that moment to expand your brand, that moment to just blow your marketing up, that moment to just finally embrace your automation, that moment to really grow sales, it's coming this Wednesday. So for all those people who've made the decision, who have decided to choose their destination, to move forward in a very definitive way, it's just my way of saying thank you. My promise was that I was going to be a big giver this year, and this is my opportunity to give back. My friend, invest in yourself at the level at which you expect results. With that being said, Shay, I'll give closing remarks to you, and then we'll go ahead and get wrapped up.
All right, well, we want to thank you all for joining. Thank you for participating. This is the first time that we've done this type of call open to the public. We've done this privately, but never to the public. So it's been a lot of fun. Thanks for joining. Thanks for participating. Thanks for all the questions that you asked. And thanks for sharing it out. We really appreciate every single one of you, and those that have texted me. will certainly respond with me. Those that have taken the first step, you made a wise decision. And for those that had listened in and were able to get a lot of good notes, it's going to benefit your business. Take action tomorrow. The universe rewards people who take action differently than those that don't. So I want to encourage you to take action.
Yep, and shout out, Shay, to Carlenia Springer, amazing speaker with Destiny Embraced. Oh, just amazing. Just working with people to embrace their destiny. Roger A. Silvera, I want to just give him a shout out. Linda Robinson out there in New Jersey, her and her husband, shout out. Andrea Harkless, L. Harkless, big shout out. Edward Womack is out there. I want to give him a big shout out. C. Lynn Williams, the parenting expert. Dominique Hart. Barrett Matthews, the procrastination expert. Basically, don't talk to him if you plan on procrastinating. I assure you, you will regret it. Tanya Kersey, I want to give you a shout out. Nicole Phoenix, I want to tell you that we love you. Anicia Carter, always with us, always with us. Just look forward to the amazing thing that she's doing out there in the world. LaShonda Bracey, we see you out there. We salute the work that you're doing out there. Yane Robinson, we salute the work that you're doing out there. Valerie H. Hall, and if I didn't say your name, I apologize. Howard White, one of our resident experts in the field of business coaching, just has an awesome organization, Growth Dynamics Coaching, especially for those people who want to be business coaches. Has an excellent curriculum for that. Doctor, that's Dr. Nikisha Doctor, Focused and Empowered. She's out there. Paula S. Scott, and Michael Brown, and and my good friend Mark Nicolette, the YouTube expert. He's out there, and so many out there. And I wanted to make sure to try to talk to them, say hello to everybody. Shauna Turner, wherever you are in the world. We appreciate you. We love you, and we're looking forward to helping you have your best year ever. We're wrapping up the first quarter, so let's finish with a bang and let's start out on fire. Okay? So go on over, put your dollar down, and let's go to www.buyfastsales.com. And if you're out there right now, for those people who may be having problems spelling it or didn't catch the domain, if you just type into the group, you type in just buyfastsales.com. You just post that into the group for us. We would truly appreciate it. That's all she wrote. The pencil broke, Shay. My time is up, and I thank you for yours.
Yes, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining. Make it a great day, everyone, and we'll make good things out. We connect when? Again next time. Thank you all. We really appreciate you. Bye-bye. Let's all wait for the news on Trevor's new addition that's coming in. He's still sitting there, so I guess it hasn't happened while he's sitting there yet. We'll see. Bye-bye.